Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to this WrestleMania 34 review video. I can tell you that I am absolutely shattered. I am broken. Like, my voice is going as well. This show was great, but as a result, I need to try and keep this video short because I could either just pass out and fall asleep or my voice could go. So there's a lot to talk about though, so let's go through each match and I'll try and give you all the points that I wanted to talk about. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal was the first thing on the pre-show. This was good. I enjoyed it. No surprises, no NXT stars, no returning legends, just normal roster guys. Still had people like Kane and Goldust and whatnot. But yeah, I was surprised that there was no surprises. We did get Bray Wyatt, who came back and helped Matt Hardy, and that was nice. You know, it was cool. It's a nice little development of that story. Clearly they're going to be working together going forward. You'd expect when Jeff comes back as well that that's going to be quite a formidable stable. I don't know what they're going to be called, maybe the Woken Warriors or something like that, but yeah, I'm interested to see kind of where that leads. Interesting as well that Bray came back and got laid out again. Even now he can't get a break. He came back and I think it was an end of days, but I just remember he did like a few offensive moves. Next thing I know, he's lying down. So even now he can't get a break, poor guy. But yeah, Woken Matt Hardy wins, and I thought this was quite a fun opener. Next we had the Cruiserweight Championship match. This was Mustafa Ali against Cedric Alexander. Mustafa Ali I thought looked really cool in his entrance gear. Came out, he looked like a superhero. He had like a mask, and there was something in his hand as well, like a reflective item. Just looked really cool. Good match. Probably not as good as Neville Austin Aries from last year, but still a very high standard. I'd say WrestleMania worthy. And Cedric Alexander is the new Cruiserweight champion. Very, very cool. A worthy winner. I've been waiting for him to win that for quite some time. So, yeah, it was nice. Again, solid, good. The final thing was the Women's Battle Royal, and this had loads of NXT stars in it. It was rammed full of NXT stars. I thought Bianca Belair came across really well. She was obviously using her hair as a whip, and Kairi Sane was in the match, and there was loads. There was a really nice moment where they were in a row, and there was like big NXT chants. Really, really cool. Skip to the end, and we've got Sasha and Bayley. And basically, Sasha puts her hand out, I think to say, like, good luck, here we go, it's you or me. But basically, Bayley grabbed it, chucked her over the top. It kind of felt, not like a heel turn, but just like, I don't know, there was a moment where I thought, oh, has she turned heel? But I don't think she did. I think that they're just in the middle of a rivalry, in the middle of a feud. And, yeah, she wasn't going to give her an inch. This is a very different Bayley to what we've seen in the past. She's not dishing out hugs at the moment. But basically, Naomi, who hadn't been eliminated, apparently she'd gone through the second rope when she went outside, was still in the match, came back in, eliminates Bayley, and Naomi is the winner of this Women's WrestleMania Battle Royal. Really cool. Nice honour for her. I'm surprised they went with her and not Becky Lynch. I think a lot of people were expecting Becky Lynch to win this one. Yeah, good pre-show, solid pre-show. Each match had a purpose, had a reason for being there, and I enjoyed it. Thought it was really good. Then we moved to the main card. First match was Intercontinental Championship. Finn Balor not in his Demon King attire, which was a big shock. Miz sent the Miztourage away, and Seth Rollins came down. His attire was okay. Really, it was like the blue contact lenses that were the most striking thing that he had. This was a really solid opener. Action in the ring, outside the ring. Some nice callbacks to a few other matches they've had in the past. Certainly when Seth was about to hurl Finn against the barricade on the outside, which is how Finn obviously got injured at SummerSlam. I think it was 2016, and then he was out for like months and months and months. Balor this time doesn't find himself on the receiving end of that. He manages to reverse it. And there was just a few nice moments like that. I really like the curb stomp as well. I think Seth curb stomped Finn's head onto Miz's body, which was a great spot. There was loads of great spots. But basically, Seth Rollins is the new Intercontinental Champion. I'm really surprised. I thought they would go with Finn. But then I thought that Finn would be in Demon King attire, and he wasn't. It was all that all-inclusive. They're really pushing that at the moment. The all-inclusive Balor Club, the kind of rainbow design, which is really cool. But I'm surprised they didn't go with Demon King. I think they didn't go with Demon King because Vince wants Balor to get over because of him and not because of the paint. So maybe they're trying to get Finn Balor over first, and then they can give him extra things after, which, you know, makes sense. But still, you do expect it at WrestleMania. Next up, we had Asuka versus Charlotte Flair. Great entrance from Charlotte Flair. Loved it. Again, a callback, really, to WrestleMania 30, when she was part of Triple H's entrance. Had that kind of similar feel. And Asuka came out, and she didn't really have anything other than graphics that were added. There was quite a lot of that actually this year, where they were putting graphics on the screen that you could see on the TV but weren't actually there at the stadium. Like with Miz, when Miz came out, there was like celebrity, Miz, I think Maurice, and like loads of words dotted around. But it was all just computer graphics. And there was more of that this year. And Asuka had like big masks when she came out. It's very cool. Very cool. But I think that needs refining a little bit more. I can't imagine it's that great if you're there at the stadium. Certainly if they go down that road like more often. It means that all the major entrances you can only enjoy at home. But still, it was a very cool entrance for Asuka. And I thought this match was absolutely fantastic. I thought this was just a little better than that Intercontinental Triple Threat. And mainly because of the finish. Asuka taps. Asuka taps. I think that's the most surprising thing, was that Asuka didn't just pass out and lose the match. She tapped. I didn't think I would see Asuka tap, but she did, and I'm amazed. I'm amazed that Charlotte won, and I'm amazed that Charlotte won that way. I don't think I would have booked it that way, but that's what went down. Next up, we had the United States Championship match. This was the Fatal 4-Way. This was all right. I mean, solid, but maybe the worst match of the card up to this point. Rusev Day obviously got massive response, but it was Jinder Mahal that came out on top. And as I said, you know, largely forgettable. Not really one that I can say I'm going to go back and revisit anytime soon. Next, we had the mixed tag match. This is definitely a match I will go back and revisit. Ronda Rousey makes her debut, and she was fantastic. The booking of this was fantastic. Loads of little stories going on. Like, you know, several times Ronda had got people in the armbar, but she couldn't quite get it. You know, they were holding on. And then, like, she was going after Triple H. There was a moment where she had Triple H up on her shoulders. You know, there was the odd wrestling move in there, but of course, you know, a lot of strikes. And she won it with an armbar. But honestly, there was quite a few false finishes, if you will. There was quite a few moments where it looked like Ronda Rousey was going to win. Got to talk about the entrances to this match. Triple H and Steph coming down on two separate bikes. They also had like this escort as well of other bikes. It was big, it was grand. It reminded me of, I think, was it their entrance last year, where they were both on the same bike. In fact, I'm sure the bikes just look similar as well. So yeah, very reminiscent of that. Ronda Rousey came out in a little like kilt thing, again paying homage to Rowdy Roddy Piper. I'm sure she had his jacket again. So yeah, it was great. She looked great. Kurt looked great as well. Really good shape. He was in, and great response from the crowd. The crowd were properly into this. I think it was wise to put that United States Championship match in between Charlotte and Asuka and this match. It needed that buffer, and yeah, the match was great. This honestly was one of my favourite matches on the whole show. Next up, we got the Smackdown Live Tag Team Championship. This saw the Bludgeon Brothers against the Usos, against the New Day, and it wasn't a squash, but the Bludgeon Brothers definitely dominated. They went on to win the titles as well. This match was a throwaway. It was very similar to the United States Championship match. Not really too many talking points in here. I suppose it was right that it came after such an epic mixed tag match, that Ronda Rousey debut as well. Made sense that this came afterwards, but yeah, not one that I would go back and revisit again. Next up, John Cena and The Undertaker, and wow, where do you start with this? Cena had been sitting ringside all night, got word that Taker was there, ran out back, got changed. Then we have Elias, and Cena deals with him. Looks like Undertaker's not going to show. Lights go out. Out comes the dead man. This was a really cool moment. Proper like goosebumps and everything. But I can't believe what happened next. He gets into the ring and they have a match. They have a match. I don't think the crowd could really believe it. I think everyone thought that it was going to be like something for next year. Like, you know, the headline of WrestleMania 35. But it wasn't. Bell rang, off we go. It's like a 5-minute squash match in a way. Undertaker, one tombstone, puts John Cena away. I don't get it. I don't understand. It's kind of like they know that this is a dream match, but they don't give it to us. We didn't get the match, basically. This was just a highlight reel of Undertaker moves, and John Cena played the victim. This was not a back and forth encounter. Who's gonna win? It was no, I wasn't. The more I look back at it now, I just think I don't think it was worth it. I don't think it was worth it. Like, you could still have had the Undertaker come out. You could have had the Undertaker do anything. Is that really the best way to use the Undertaker? Maybe it is. I don't know. I think I would have done things different. Next up, we had Daniel Bryan, Shane McMahon, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. I think the shocker here for me is that Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan won. So that means that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are still fired. You're probably going to see them on Raw, I'd imagine. But yeah, this was a good match, you know, quite explosive, had some nice moments. They took Daniel Bryan out early in the match, so it looked like it was going to be 2-on-1, and, you know, Shane did what he could to kind of hang in there. And then Daniel Bryan kind of comes back, and it's Daniel Bryan that got the victory, making Sami Zayn tap out, and as a result, I don't know what the future holds for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, but I'm half expecting to see them on Raw tonight. Be cool if we saw them down in NXT for a little bit first. You know, if they did something really out there. Maybe 205 Live, but I just don't think Kevin Owens will make the man. Next up, we had Nia Jax against Alexa Bliss, and I thought this was a good match. Nia Jax wins. It was like a Samoan drop off the second rope. It was a great move. And as I said, you know, pretty solid match. Not the best match, certainly not the worst. But yeah, it's nice to see Naya with a championship. Long overdue, that is. So yeah, be interesting to see where we go from there. AJ Styles against Shinsuke Nakamura was next. I think this match underwhelmed a little. It wasn't the 5-star classic that we were hoping for. Crowd seemed a little bit flat. I really think that Undertaker segment took a lot out of everyone. It took a lot out of me. I think after the Undertaker segment, I really struggled. You needed like a bit of comedy. You got that during the Braun Strowman match, which is why the crowd reacted positively to that. But to this, AJ Styles, Nakamura, you know, this 5-star classic buffet that we were hoping for, the crowd just couldn't get into it. So the match was good. It was really good. But I would say it was like a 7.5, 8 out of 10, and we were all hoping for a 10 out of 10 match. The story here, though, is what happened after, and that is that Shinsuke Nakamura turned heel, turned on AJ Styles. He was presenting him with the belt, low blow, and then just starts pounding away on him. Boos raining down from the WWE Universe. Nakamura didn't seem to care. But that's the big news here. Shinsuke Nakamura is now a heel, and I'm all in on that. 2 matches left. Braun Strowman and his mystery partner against the Bar. Some cool little entrances here with the Bar coming out like a Mardi Gras. And Braun Strowman just literally destroying the float. He had the little Mardi Gras people running around as well, like scared of him. He came down, turned out he didn't have a partner, so he got someone from the crowd. Nicolas is now the biggest name in wrestling. Nicolas is a 10-year-old kid who Braun Strowman plucked out of the crowd, and currently, right now, is one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions. Braun Strowman could do this on his own. You know, it was kind of a technicality that he needed a partner, and he kind of proved that by getting a 10-year-old kid. What was cool, there was a great moment where Braun was actually reaching over to try and tag Nicolas. Nicolas does get tagged in. I have no idea if Nicolas was planted by WWE. I'm guessing he would have to be. He would have to be. It would just be a health and safety nightmare if he wasn't. But the kid did a great job. Like, I totally believed that he'd just been plucked out of the crowd. But, yeah, big chance of we want Nicolas. And honestly, I can see this kid getting majorly over. If WWE were to release a Nicolas shirt, I'm pretty sure it would be their bestseller. I'm pretty sure it would be their bestseller. Nicolas is the man. Well, he's not. He's a 10-year-old kid, but you know what I'm saying. But yeah, Braun Strowman is tag team champion along with a 10-year-old. No idea where we go from here, though, because surely that 10-year-old isn't now going to go on the road with Braun Strowman. So is Braun Strowman going to defend the titles with a different member of the WWE Universe each night? That would be awesome, wouldn't it? Could you imagine that if he picked you out of the crowd and you got to stand there with Braun Strowman whilst he tried to defend the tag team championships? So yeah, I'm into it. I think the internet's into it. It was a bit of light relief after Nakamura and AJ and that epic Undertaker moment. I think this is just what people needed, and they responded well to it. The final thing was Brock Lesnar against Roman Reigns, the main event. This was very interesting. Boos raining down, this is boring chants, all that kind of stuff. A lot of people upset that this was chosen as the show closer, which I understand. But Brock wins, and no one was expecting that. Big rumours that Brock was leaving and going to go back to UFC. But no, you know, it was quite dominant performance by Brock. Roman certainly had a few moments, but yeah, I think was it 5 or 6 F5s? And 1, 2, 3. Roman, you know, busted open. I think it really was a cherry on top because a lot of people weren't into it, and then this shock I mean, I was just glad it was over because, like, Roman looked in a real bad place. He looked a mess. I just wanted it to be over and for him to get some medical attention. But, yeah, I think people were really taken aback and, yeah, a really, really good way to end the show. It kind of sets up Raw and SmackDown Live, and I'm sure we're going to get some surprises. Maybe some NXT call-ups and whatnot. A lot of talking points, as we said, from this show. Not too much that's like, wow. You know, those kind of big, epic moments that you go back to. I'm trying to think. I mean, maybe the end of Asuka's streak. The Braun and Nicolas is a comedy thing. I'm not sure how many times I'll revisit that. Shinsuke AJ wasn't quite what I was looking for. Neither was Undertaker Cena. All in all, this is like a 7.5 out of 10. As I said, you know, a very solid show, very enjoyable show, and lots of talking points. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. There's links at the end of this video to all the reaction videos. Loads of great entrances at this year's WrestleMania. I think I'll do a video kind of looking at a lot of entrance attires and whatnot. But first of all, I need to go to bed. I need to go to bed. I need to find some kind of lozenge or something because my throat is about to punch me in the face. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and hopefully I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.